look, I've told you, I don't know how many times, I don't want to do this stupid promo for his stupid Facebook live show. I don't care. It's fucking Lunchbox. He's an idiot. I don't give it. He's paying us? Like how much? Oh, really? Like, for real? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rambling Playboy Trip Rogers, and you're watching the Lunch Hour with Lunch Pal right here on Facebook Live.
And the Grim Reaper. I am the Grim Reaper. Well, I'm not the Grim Reaper. They're the Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper's over there, and his name's Lance. And he is happy to be here with you all, just like the rest of us. The sounds of last week's guest, our brother's Gershot, can only mean one thing, ladies and gentlemen, and that is that it is Friday night. And it is time for the most fun you can have with your clothes on, unless you want to take clothes off and watch the show. We're cool with that too.
We're not going to judge you.
It's the lunch hour, and I am but one half of your duo, your handsome, humble, heavyweight co-host himself. The Lunchbox, has one word, capital L, capital B. Thank you very much. And I'm here tonight with my super sunburned, sexy siren of songs and such, Jen.
Hello. I am very sunburned. Everything hurts.
Would you care to elaborate on that?
It's summer. The sun is awful. It exists. It's up there somewhere. Not right now, thank God. The kid had no daycare today, so I took the day off. And when you have the day off and you're me, you go to the boardwalk because it's time to ride the rides. Because it's been like 2 months at least since we've been there, and that's too fucking long. That's 2 months too long. So we went to the boardwalk. I put sunscreen on twice, and I'm still on fire. I'm radiating heat. I can see my sunburn in this video.
In this very video, you are rather beat red, sweetheart.
It was fun, though. It was like 68 degrees, but the sun felt like it was touching me, and I don't like that. No touching.
No touching.
No touching.
So, well, shit. It's, I did not have as fun of a day. I went to work, but I did get to go to a bowling function and clock out afterwards, have a beer or two with the team and, you know, do all that fun stuff. And then, in honor of this week's episode, which I'll get to the point in a moment, I promised that I would give a shout out and a thank you to the beautiful and generous Robin Weaver, who loaned us the outfit that our dear Grim Reaper Lance is sporting tonight. She wore this cloak to her prom, and I mean, I know at least 2 bitches obsessed with death, actually multiple bitches obsessed with death, but only 2 that I'm like, do you have a Grim Reaper cloak? And I expect to hit back saying, of course I do. And she was like, no, but I got this, you know, velvet cape that's kind of my pride and joy, you know. And I was like, if you don't want to loan it out, it's cool. She's like, well, as long as you bring it back. And I was like, I'm not going to steal the motherfucker.
You may have to talk to Lance about that. Lance may get attached to it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's kind of looking dangerous over there. I know he's not overly lit up very well, but the motherfucker's got a scythe. Because for whatever reason, I'm Lunchbox and I procured a coffin. And I have a scythe.
It's 1,000,000 years old. The scythe, not the coffin. The coffin looks to be in decent shape, considering all that it's been through.
Yeah, we've seen Will get tossed in it at least twice.
But the scythe has seen better days. It's not going to cut anybody, but if it does scratch you, you will probably get lockjaw from it. So there's that.
That's why it's pointed that way. Because I've watched a lot of Final Destination these last couple weeks. So, like...
I'll just come right over.
Yeah, it just... Boom! Take me out on fucking YouTube and Facebook Live right here.
You live streamed your death.
So...
Unintentionally.
And, of course, Jen just said today's magic word, death! Ah! So, man, what a week. What a week we have had in the celebrity realm. You know, of course, we'll build up to our main events, but this week... the world has taken from us, first of all, the legendary Connie Francis, like, you know, responsible for the big hit Pretty Little Baby, which I'm obsessed with that song about 3 weeks ago.
It's a song that people use for, I want to say TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but everything from TikTok winds up on YouTube. So good for her. She lived long enough to see that come back around, I guess.
Probably several times.
I don't know.
I mean, just it was what, from the 50s?
I have no idea. It's
so
old as fuck.
She was born in 1937.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So I mean, she, you know, made it just shy of 90. So I mean, nice long life. You know, enjoyed stardom, got to leave the spotlight, and you know, circle back into it before her, you know, passing, which I can't even call untimely.
You were gonna say untimely demise.
I was gonna say untimely passing, but I mean, in all reality, once you crack that 8th decade, it's kind of hard to call it untimely. It really is, because I mean, up into your late 60s, I would say untimely is a fair assessment.
Okay.
You know, anything after that, I mean, might suck or can still be tragic, but untimely, you're kind of getting on that clock wind down. And then of course, right after that, we lost Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Poor Theo.
You know, the legendary Theo from The Cosby Show, went on to do Malcolm and Eddie, so many movies, won a traditional R&B Grammy when he
For
was
what?
44. Don't remember.
I had no idea.
Like, I mean, this was a guy that, you know, a lot of people had forgotten he existed after, you know, being Theo Huxtable. But, you know, this was a guy that had a storied career. I mean, and so many shows, The Resident, just an incredible amount of content. Like I was, you know, I searched for some pictures of everybody and I didn't get them uploaded in time. But I mean, there's a lot. Like there is a lot of work that guy did. He was a bass player,
I'll be damned.
you know.
See, I didn't know any of that stuff.
Madam J has a full-length faux fur pimp coat, but no Grim Reaper cloaks, though. See, but that's why I didn't ask you. That and you live in Tracy. Like, you know, if I were to ask our resident, you know, Mr. the Macabre, the first thing she might tell me is, could you even do your fucking show without me at this point? Like, gee, I've told her multiple times that this is her show, too. Like, straight up. I have photo shoots planned. Like, we got a Christmas photo shoot we got to knock out sometime this summer. She can be the elf. I'm going to be Santa Claus. And you get to be Mrs. Claus. And of course, it's mostly just going to be y'all sitting on each other's laps and shit.
Probably. You know, people have friends of the show. We have wife of the show, and that's Ellie.
I mean, we have friends of the show, but that is the wife
yeah.
of the show. Like, no question. Tracy does rule. I do enjoy
I'm okay with Tracy.
the
I got
Hamlet
nothing
of
against
Tracy. I got nothing against Tracy.
it. I got nothing against it.
You know, moving forward, we lost Chuck Mangione.
I don't know much about him other than he's dead. No.
Well, I mean, he's a legendary trumpet player. Hit an unlikely hit with Feels Good back in 1978. Hit a top 5 with a jazz song. One of the first people to do it in that era. I mean, jazz, as we know, jazz has kind of been the bastard son of music forever. And he was one of the few to hold on to it. And then most people from our generation know him from his stint on King of the Hill.
See, but I don't like that show.
He was the he worked at the Megalomart. When the Megalomart blew up at the cliffhanger season,
I kind of remember that because somebody died, right?
Buckley.
Okay.
Luann's boyfriend.
Something. Okay.
So for those of you who wouldn't believe me, Jen has a dynamite Luann impersonation, but she will never do it publicly.
No, I have to be furious at that show to do it, which sounds really fucking stupid as it comes out of my mouth. No, but like that show would come on in the morning, like at wake up time, and it would always be on. I cannot stand that show. And Peggy fucking Hill, Jesus Christ, that could be its own show. Just me yelling about Peggy Hill. It'd be really boring. But anyway, that show, I would wake up to that show and I fucking hate it. And Luann is the second worst human being on that fucking show.
You think Luann's the second worst human being on that show?
Peggy's the first.
Well, yeah, but Luann's the second? Like, not John Redcorn, not Nancy Gribble, not even fucking Cotton Hill.
Cotton Hill's awful.
He killed 50 men!
He's in his own category. I got nothing against John Redcorn. Why are so many people from that show dead? Jesus, man. It sucks.
So, you know, so that's another one. And once again, not as impactful. Certainly none of those are as impactful as these next two. Should I go with the music or the wrestling realm first?
I mean, I just figured you were going in order.
Not really, but I guess we could. Because actually Chuck Mangione died the same day as the wrestling one. So, of course, the one that affects more people that I know than anybody, the Prince of Darkness, the madman himself, the godfather of metal, the one and only Ozzy Osbourne has finally left us at 76 years of age.
Even if you weren't a fan of his music, if you're not a fan of that music, that's a household name. That's an everybody knows this man. Like, I am not a huge fan. I did not really love Black Sabbath, even though I played.
No, I caught you.
introduced-
I caught you jamming Black Sabbath today.
We were in Capitol or something, and it came on. It ran on afterwards, and I was like, okay. I like to introduce him to new things sometimes, and that was one of them. He didn't give a shit, but I played it. So, anyways, you know, you know who Ozzy was
Is
whatever
I-
is.
I mean, I'll still go with is.
Yeah.
You know, I can't stress how much Ozzy Osbourne meant to me. I don't get bent about many celebrity deaths. Like, and I'm not bent about this one. I'm really not. Not because it wasn't impactful or meaningful, because like you just stated, Ozzy Osbourne was a household name. We're talking about somebody. I felt my soul weep when that news popped up on my BBC News app. I get it, Madam J. Mike Vanek saying they got Ozzy billboards in Bristol, Virginia.
For what though?
Probably his passing.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I'm like, but well, it hasn't been that long. But anyway,
but you know, Ozzy Osbourne meant a lot to me because, you know, I've stated that Highway to Hell is the first album I learned to sing cover to cover. Diary of a Madman was probably the second, you know, and then followed by Blizzard of Oz, you know, and I remember seeing this creepy, evil, you know, weird looking guy on these album covers, you know, and didn't realize he was only like 5'3". Like,
is he really that short?
5'6", 5'7".
Everybody's taller than me.
Like Ozzy's rather short. I remember when I asked my dad about seeing him live, that he said he looked like an angry little gnome running around the stage. And so, you know, grew up singing those two albums, and followed by that, of course, as a young man, my mom took me to 2 Ozfests in a row. 2000 and 2001. I actually got to go to 2000 2 weeks in a row because I went when I was out in Oklahoma, and I talked my dad's girlfriend's son-in-law, or something. That's the easiest way to explain it, and drive me to St. Louis, mostly just so I could meet Shannon in person. But it was like, let's go to Ozfest, because tickets were all like $40-50 back then.
That was expensive.
Well, yeah, but you're short too. Like,
Again, everybody's taller than me.
so Ozzy is still taller than Sylvester Stallone. What's up, Eric Wolford? Thanks for joining us.
Wait, how tall is Sylvester Stallone? Because he's like he's Rocky. He's like larger than life.
No,
Like,
but Sylvester Stallone's short.
what?
Yeah. You know that? Sylvester Stallone's like 5'8".
What?
When they film the scenes with him and Thunderlips or him and Ivan Dragoff, he was on a step stool. That's why they're filmed like here.
So you can't.
But yeah, because when you're boxing and you're both in that low stance, you can make that look, you know, you can make the size discrepancy. I mean, how many UFC fighters are of equal height, but because of the way that they get low and whatnot, one will look drastically shorter than the other. It's kind of the same thing with the action shots of Sylvester Stallone and either Carl Weathers or
Stu going. They give him the Hagrid treatment or the elf, the Buddy the Elf treatment. There.
Eric Wolford said he's 5'4".
What?
Google
Shorter
it.
than me.
Research department, get on that.
I'm looking this up.
You know, and of course I got to go to those 2 Ozfests. I got to see Ozzy, I got to see Black Sabbath. You know, and of course he had that resurgence with the Osbourne show, which now you are torturing me with.
I liked that show. I liked that show a lot. I had Kelly Osbourne hair when that show came out.
You did.
I did.
You had Kelly Osbourne hair shortly after we got together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was very humanizing though for him. You know, he's got this huge stigma behind him with the bat and all that other bullshit. And he's just a silly little guy who runs around the house screaming for Sharon and saying fuck a lot and yelling at the animals and stuff. Like, it was very humanizing. It's a very cute show.
Well, I mean, I get that because it, like you said, humanizing. It showed him in a light that nobody really thought about. Like, now he's a guy in his 50s raising his teenage kids, and you know, once again, he's the Prince of Darkness. And you know, you move forward from that to where even not long ago there were commercials where the Sylvester Stallone's 5'10".
5'10", you lied to me.
But where, or maybe Wikipedia or Google's
Google
lying
lied to me too, probably. I don't know.
So he paid off Google here. But Ozzy, you know, there were commercials where families were doing like a cappella versions of Crazy Train.
Yeah.
And then Crazy Train became, you know, an anthem for so many things. So we're fucking Bubbles. I'm the Prince of fucking Darkness. And Ozzy just transcended so many generations. Super fun fact. My mom and dad had tickets to the show that got canceled because Ozzy pissed on the Alamo.
That's the show. Everybody's got that show that got canceled that they'll never get over. That's your parents' show.
There was that, and then my mom was pretty bent about Tesla once. But
God, you live in Sacramento for 5 minutes. You've seen Tesla.
yeah, but we didn't live in Sacramento.
I know.
And that was before
Not that far.
that was before Tesla became like the house band in Sacramento.
Sacramento's house.
But no, it was funny because, you know, my dad, even in his super Christian, you know, side of him, and when he didn't, you know, even listen to quote unquote worldly music at all, you know, we would talk about how he was so bent about missing that show, and how he was so upset that Ozzy Osbourne was probably not doing it maliciously. Like, he didn't go up there with the I'm gonna piss on the roof of the Alamo.
He didn't piss on the Alamo though. But
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
He
he-
pissed on like the monument or something across the street or right next to it.
I thought it was on the roof of the Alamo.
That's the roof? You think he's got enough arc for that shit? Or did you think he like climbed up on the roof?
No, like whatever tour it was, and he's just like, "Hey, Randy," like
This
Dad
is
said,
how
he's
rumors
probably just
start.
trashed and shit, and he's like, "Hey, Randy,
That part's accurate.
Randy, get my back. I got to pee."
Climb up on his shoulder.
You know, and so he probably went to go take a leak, and Randy was drunk too, so he didn't get his back. And next thing you know, the security's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And this is, of course, back when, you know, they probably saw, you know, Ozzy Osbourne and his band walk in, and we're like, "Oh fuck, no, man!" Like, so he was barred from the Alamo, and then barred from Texas for a short period of time.
So when he died, somebody from Texas, like the mayor or some shit like that, Mayor Dimmadale, I don't know.
Was it Mayor Walt Gunderson?
I don't know. Told the whole story, and you know, if he's to be believed, it was like it's like a monument or something, or a thingy over here. The Alamo's here, the thingy's over here. No basement. And they said it was that, and like, I don't know. Nobody knows anymore what happened. for
Nobody
real.
knows, and Ozzy's no longer around to tell us. Well, that was one of the things too.
I
when-
don't think Ozzy was really there that night either. To
Well,
tell
and-
you, so
you know, and that's one of the things too that we talk about. You know, when you know, like I said, my dad got me into that super Christian mode where I was reading like the books of rock bands you shouldn't listen to, and of course, Ozzy and Black Sabbath, they're front and center.
that's like a playbook.
And
Don't listen to these bands. Which ones are in there so I can stay far, far away from them?
well, and so my mom and I were talking about it one day about how he bit the head off a bat and bit the head off a dove and all that shit. And Mom was like, "Dude, he was so fucked up in those days that." When they ask him down the road, they're like, "Did you really bite the head off a bat?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's what they tell me."
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're talking about a guy who allegedly dropped acid every day for a year just to see what would happen. That's a quote. You know, we're talking about the guy that went partying with fucking Motley Crue, like snorted fire ants and then licked up Nikki Sixx's pee. Like,
Sometimes it'd be like that.
it
I
was his own
guess.
pee.
I don't know.
So,
Recycling.
I mean, what a crazy life. And I mean, the real question always was, is it going to be Ozzy or Keith Richards first?
Keith
Vanek says
Richards.
the wall of the Alamo. Madam J, but Madam J, you're huge.
You are very tall.
Yes. You're a giantess, as it were.
Oh my god.
Mike Vanek asked the guy at the Alamo, look, all I'm saying is Ozzy Osbourne, I haven't, you know, no, I'm going to do it.
Care.
I was going to toast Ozzy solo, but you know what? We're one away from the end of the list.
Okay.
So, of course, those of you out there that watch the show that have any affiliation with me know me as the wrestling and titties guy. And
we know titties didn't die.
wait, no titties died. Yeah, titties didn't die because she's sitting next to me. So, when I was doing my normal job and I was walking around servicing the major store I was at, I walked around And I was told by a friend of mine that I've known for about 5-6 years. And I walked in the back, and the receiver at Walmart told me. And then I walk out. I finish my job at the store, and I walk out, and I open my phone. I have no less than 6 text messages and 5 Facebook messages informing me that the icon, the legend, the man responsible for wrestling becoming mainstream, becoming for WWF becoming what people associate with wrestling. It's not any other federation style. It is WWF style wrestling.
Not even getting the F out of there.
Most people still don't. Hulk Hogan, at the age of 71, left this earth, brother.
So, Hulk Hogan was sad to hear about dying. Terry Bollea was a piece of shit as a human. So this is, we talked for years about separating the artist from the art type of stuff. And more recently, it's like, should you really be doing that? I mean, if the artist is also a piece of shit, but the art's good, the artist's still a piece of shit. So this is one of those times when I can probably safely tell you that I am voting for separating the artist from the art, because they're two very different things. The human said some stupid shit.
Did some stupid shit.
Yeah. But it kind of doesn't change your memories from, 30, 40 years ago or whatever. And what he did for wrestling and all that and stuff. I mean, it happened. You kind of can't erase that. But the human was a piece of shit.
I don't like the fact he never atoned for it, and he gave the public apology, but never really showed any about face, never showed any change. That being said, I'm not here to talk about Terry Bollea. That's not what I give a shit about. What it means to me is I remember when I was 4. And my mom's mom, told me that we were going to go over and watch wrestling at somebody's house, and we were going to watch Hulk Hogan. And I didn't, I didn't know what it was, but I was excited because Mama was excited. Cool, we're going to see wrestling, Hulk Hogan. And when his music hit, I saw for the first time in my life this arena full of people. Like in my 4-year-old eye, everybody in the world. Only my family's not there. The way I see it. Come unglued. Like that music, that riff that we all know. So da, 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 and you could hear nothing but the roar of the crowd as this behemoth, this monster of a man in a yellow shirt with red print that says Hulk rules, little yellow underwear, red knee pads, yellow boots, and a yellow and red bandana, comes storming out to the ring, pointing at his opponent, yelling, like running his mouth, and just looking like the statues of Greek gods. Minus the fact that he was, dark as leather and shit.
The way, if I'd never seen Hulk Hogan before and you just described what he was wearing, I'd be like, does he work at fucking Hot Dog on a Stick?
This buff ass guy working at Hot Dog on a Stick in his underwear.
Ew, it's a health OSHA
comes out. Hey, the boys are put away. I mean, and he's smooth, he's shaved, so but and he just proceeds to come out and get his ass beat for like 6.5 minutes. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck is with this guy? And then he hulks up and takes 3 punches and you, and he points at his opponent and he delivers 3 punches, whips him off the rope, hits him with a big boot, bounces off the rope, hits the leg drop, 1, 2, 3. And then he poses doing the fucking bodybuilder shit. From that moment on, wrestling was appointment TV at my house. That was what we came to watch. And, you know, for the next, so if that was like, I didn't really start till like 89. So then, you know, I'm devouring every wrestling tape that our local video store has to offer. You know, hang on, let's get some comments. I'll never forget seeing him wear red and yellow again after the Hollywood run in WCW. Oh my God, playing the N64 game over and over to unlock that outfit. You know, you could tell by his last promos for his new league and karaoke he wasn't done. Oscar Mayer Wiener, dude. Fuck Eric Wolford. You need to come and watch the show more often. WrestleMania, goddamn Mania 3, the third fucking man. You know, it came crashing down and it hurt inside. You know, and damn, you know, the chat's alive tonight with that one. And, you know, I watched Hulk Hogan all the way through WrestleMania 9. Then the camera explodes afterwards in Yokozuna and Hulk Hogan's gone. Then he comes back in WCW. And I actually fucking watched WCW. Terrible as it was for the time. And then Scott Hall shows up. And then Kevin Nash shows up. And it's still just like, I mean, that's cool, but fuck it. These guys are rejects, man. They left the WWF. Like, fuck them. You know? And then all of a sudden, I'm over at Chad's house and Bash the Beach happens. And Hulk Hogan comes out. And he leg drops the Macho Man. And he tells us all that we can now watch the new world order of wrestling.
And that was the moment where you could actually see your heart break.
Where my heart ripped in half.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah. Copyright. Come on now.
So, and that moment made WCW appointment TV for everybody. Like a lot of people who watched just couldn't stomach WWF because the cartoonish characters and the career fucking. I mean, that was when we had Duke the Dumpster Droese and fucking TL Hopper the plumber and fucking the Goon and all that shit. But now over here, is this real? Is this not? Are these guys really trying to destroy WCW? And just boom, like wrestling's cool again. And, you know, a lot of people love to point to WWE, the Attitude Era, Stone Cold, The Rock, blah, blah, blah. It took another year for Austin 316 to have whipped your ass. During this time, Hulk Hogan brought eyes back to wrestling and started the era of wrestling being cool for everybody. That was the start of when you went to school the next day and you talked about wrestling. It wasn't just you and your 2 or 3 wrestling buddies that everybody thought were a bunch of fucking nerds. Yeah. Like, everybody was wearing Hogan shirts. And a year later, everybody's wearing Austin shirts. A year later, everybody's wearing Rock shirts. WCW folds. And then when the NWO was brought back to WWF, Hulk Hogan has one of the greatest matches of all time with The Rock that I watched last night, you know, and last night. And even with everything going on, like as busy as I am, I sat down and I enjoyed that match from the beginning to the end because the crowd noise, the reaction, you know, and then we're talking about a guy who still, that was 22 years ago.
Oh my God.
23 years ago.
Yeah, this stuff. Why did you have to mention Duke the dumpster Droese? So I could take out the trash.
I mean,
thanks.
Once again, man, I don't care about Terry Bollea. That's not what I'm here to mourn. I'm here to mourn the passing of the guy who made wrestling cool.
That's kind of where like the memes are funny because they are, but it is kind of sad.
The Undertaker made his debut at Survivor Series 1990, by the way. So everybody, if you're out there and you're drinking, smoking, whatever you got going, you know what, raise whatever you got, and let's give a proper send-off to Connie Francis, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Chuck Mangione, Ozzy Osbourne, and Hulk Hogan.
Hogan tore down the cockpit door.
Rest in peace, everybody. All right, we're going to hit a song. Then I promise it's a death episode. I can't believe how long this went on.
You talked about wrestling a whole bunch. Why can't you believe how long that went on for?
You raise a good point. So anyway, let's go ahead and drop another song real quick, and then we will go ahead and talk some more and throw out a fun death fact from Ellie. So this is our boys in Glitch Kill with The Tempest in the Eye. And you're listening to it right now on the lunch hour, which we air on what station, honey?
Pirate Flag Radio.
That one.
Into the tempest, brace for the fall. I'm piercing a veil, a shadow on your wall. Into the onslaught, across the divide, past the point of no return. I'm in the eye. I sound like eternally cry. Endless wise scowl.
And we're back with the Tempest Into the Eye on pirateflagradio.com on the lunch hour where you're listening in. Thank you all for joining us. Man, the chat's on fire tonight. DJ Jackson, Mike Vanig, Madam J, Eric Wolfred, Becky Green. Thank you guys all for being here with us, hanging out, doing the damn thing. Couldn't do it without you guys. I mean, we would anyway, but it's nice to have people in the chat listening, interacting with us. And wow, I'm noticing so much more how burned you are.
I'm burned, and you're doing like the up pointing down thing, and I'm like, I can't pull this up enough.
Well, which, if Ellie Von Grimm shows up, she's going
I
to be
know.
mad that you pulled it up anymore.
Hey, Mike Vanek, I ate like once today, and I took this beer down pretty quick. So, pirateflagradio.com. All right. You're lucky I can get words out. This is going to be another episode where I get drunk and yell about things.
Cool. We're going to have to reload here in a second. Like, half mine wound up on the table when I opened it.
Your beer got too
I'm not going to drink like I did last week with our boys in Gershok. If you aren't already, I know most of you are, but if you aren't already, go on over, find us on YouTube, The Lunch Hour Show. There are a couple lunch hour shows, but they all suck if they're not ours. And check them out, or check us out. It's a picture of me, her, you're welcome. And you know what? Check out what we did. We had an interview 2 weeks ago with Jessa Jupiter Flux, who is the hardest working woman in independent film today. What a fucking joy. All my boys I talked to are just like, she's so hot. Yeah, she's 10 times cooler than she is hot.
She looks like fun to hang out with.
Yeah. No, she was a blast. And I so hope she makes an OnlyFans just so we get the chance to hang out and hopefully do an episode wherever the fuck that is or right the fuck here. Because she was, we'd be prepared for that. Because she was just awesome. And then last week, we had our buddies in Gershok come on to debut their new video, Donovan New, and they introduced us to some new bands who are now definitely going to make it in the rotation. Corpuscle.
Who was the funny video band?
Oh, our boys in Cyborg Octopus.
Yes.
Cyberpuss. So, they always a good time with Gershok. I got tanked like a motherfucker. So, it was awesome. I spent 2 hours. We did 2.5 hours with them on air. I spent another 2.5 hours with them drinking after the show.
You were pretty drunk at the end of the show.
And it just got worse.
Did you even have the ability to talk by the end? I got up and just went in the room and passed out. I was so tired.
Yeah. No, we hung out for another good hour and a half, maybe 2. And just fucking, I took a couple shots. I drank a couple more beers. Actually, I think I only had one more beer. But I finished yours and then I had one more. But yeah, I woke up hungover the next day, but feeling perfectly good about it and got my hangover breakfast on and took my shower. And it was a great day just with the fellowship and the fun talking to our boys in Gershok. So go check those episodes out in the archives. And of course, make sure you log on to www.pirateflagradio.com to check out all the great shows we have. Sounds the Underground with Mike Vanek, Making the Call with me and whoever, usually Mike Vanek, wants to watch some bad wrestling. We do some fun watch-alongs. Fuzzkill with Carrie C. Allen, Transmission in Exile with Moose, Trainwreck Robert Hall, and all the other great hosts and content. Cam Collins. We got some new stuff. I forgive me. Pirate Flag Radio, man, we're growing, we're building. Pirate Flag Radio had its first showcase of bands last week at right next to the Bristol Speedway Raceway. I forget the name of the venue. Mike Vanek has his first show in 9 years at the Hideaway tomorrow night with Moose. Guys, Pirate Flag Radio is going to be everywhere soon, and we're already worldwide. So we're going to be broadcasting to Pluto and Astro and shit.
Pluto, because it's still a fucking planet.
Still a fucking planet.
Here we go.
So speaking of
drunk and yell about Pluto.
So speaking of things that you need to know about, as always, what would a special death episode be without a onslaught of fun death facts from the one and only Ellie Von Grimm? So let's go ahead and go with number 1 right now.
Fun death fact. We are always 6 minutes away from death. Breathing just resets the clock.
I don't like that. I don't like it at all. I don't fucking like it. Don't make me think weird existential shit like that.
That's not really existential.
No, but it's one of those things where I'll sit down. Yes, who lets the bus driver off the bus?
Your
kind of
eyes
shit.
have never seen your face.
They've never seen my face. There's colors I've never seen. Oh my God. Why? Pluto is always still a planet in my heart.
You are only always 6 minutes away from death.
I don't like it. I don't fucking like it. I hate it.
So, but I mean, it's one of those things though that yeah, if you stop breathing for 6 minutes, you die.
It doesn't mean it's not true. I'm just saying I don't like it.
I mean, it's one, like you said, it's one of those things you just don't think about. You know, breathing just resets the clock for another 6 minutes. You know, and we reset our clocks every few seconds.
That's scary as fuck. Because I think back to like when I was okay. Fun story. Yay. When I was in labor, they gave me the, you know, the epidural because I don't want to go through that shit. I need drugs, right? And it worked too well, and I would forget to inhale for hours. I would have to like remember to breathe. And I think about that and like, oh my God, I could have died. And then I think about this and like I could die any minute from just not breathing. And now I'm breathing on manual. I'm not automatically breathing anymore. There is an automatic transmission in my body and it's breathing.
Thanks, Ellie.
Thanks.
Thanks. When you watch this
Thanks a
episode
lot.
back, you owe Jen a cleavage picture, all right? like that'll make her feel better, I'm sure. So anyway, do we want to throw another song on before we rant and ramble? This apparently we're a 2-hour show now.
Oh God.
Like we're already at 49, and you know what? Honestly, I like it. I like it because we're not chasing the clock anymore.
I didn't know we were chasing.
Well, I mean, used to I remember you'd be like, "Oh shit, we gotta hurry up!"
I feel like the clock is chasing me. Is the clock breathing?
The clock.
Oh God.
Oh, okay. You know, let's play another song. Let Jen calm down a little bit. You know. So anyway, we're gonna throw on a classic, a good old classic here. This is Thrown Out, the One Who Laughs, the official music video right here on PirateFlagRadio.com. You're listening on the lunch hour every Friday night on Facebook and YouTube, and every Saturday on PirateFlagRadio.com at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I gotta start doing my time zone thing again. I enjoyed that.
You got time? You can figure it out.
Maybe.
Around the
It's a small town kind of thing. I wonder if it was actually muted because remember we've talked about if we don't mute it during videos.
This microphone hates us.
Yeah, this microphone's off the chain like that. So we'll find out in the playback. But yeah, that was thrown out. The one who laughs, just in case you didn't catch it. If you missed my story, fuck you. All right.
Too bad.
Like, all right. Death fact. Let's keep moving. You know, it's a death episode. So, Mr. Macabre, Ellie Von Graham, hit us with some more death.
Fun death fact. This one is just a running theory with scientists. But if you happen to be left-handed, chances are that you had a twin that you ate or absorbed in utero. And if you didn't happen to eat said twin, they come out as a mirror twin. So they're right-handed, that kind of stuff.
Oh my God.
Now, the best part of that one,
Why are you doing this?
the best part of that one. Oh, nope, Madam J, definitely you couldn't hear us. The mic was not working at that moment. So the best part of that, of course, you know, when Ellie sends those, like half the time I respond to her about them, you know, because it's like, okay, really? Like, is that I was like, you know what? That one is how relevant. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but we're both southpaws. And her immediate response was, oh, I sure have. You know, that's why I threw that one in there.
To me? What did I do to you? So,
Hang on.
okay.
Because we're you know what? Normally I try to let you go first, and then I go second
Mm.
on death
Okay.
on death facts,
Okay.
bitch. But so I said, as far as I go, like, is this a weird thing? Because I'm semi-ambidextrous. Like, I'm actually probably almost completely ambidextrous.
Twin is inside you.
Exactly. Am I a split personality? Am I two souls wrapped into one? Did I not completely absorb my twin?
Oh my God. Okay. So I was a big fan of R.L. Stein books. Not like Goosebumps kind of, but like way before, like
Fear Street.
Fear Street, before Fear Street, like in that general vicinity of time. And I have a book. It's one of my favorite books. I can't even remember if it's an R.L. Stein book or not. I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, it's about a girl who's in high school, because they always seem to be in high school-ish. And she starts like hearing voices and stuff, or hearing a voice.
Mirrored or shattered?
No. I have to look for it. It's in there somewhere. Because I didn't throw out all my old R.L. Stein books like you told me to 10 years ago. Anyway. And she goes through all the stuff, and it's terrifying because you're hearing voices, and that's scary as fuck when it's not happening before. And like this, it's like talking to her and telling her to do all these things and all this stuff. And she finally talks to her mom, and her mom at the end of the book finally is like, you were actually twins, but I lost one of them, but it didn't actually die. She absorbed its, soul or whatever. And it just shows that moment to start coming out in her brain. And I don't remember how that worked itself out in the end. I haven't read that book in a long time. But every time I think about stuff like this, I think of that book. And I love R.L. Stein so much.
R.L. Stein was such a good writer.
But so we absorbed twins, or at least one of us absorbed a twin at some point in life,
Well,
potentially.
so, and that's where we move on to you. Because, like I said, my piece about me, like I said, I'm just both of them. I'm split. I'm crazy.
I do like 3 things right-handed, and that's it.
Well, here's the thing. So as soon as I mentioned that to Ellie, my next response was, Jen definitely ate her twin.
I was hungry anyway.
And she was like, oh, yeah, 100%. She was like, I pictured it as a duel. Like white gloves and
I
all.
win. Wow, I felt the hair move.
That
when you
was
did
actually
that.
great. Like that was a visual right there. In the womb, you were like, I demand satisfaction. Pistols at dawn.
I have not heard that theory, and now I'm very curious and terrified all at the same time.
Madam J says she has been aware of that theory for ages, and it intrigues her.
Why left-handers though? Is it solely because we're evil?
we
are the devil,
We're the
which-
sinister twin.
That checks out
For
for
you?
me.
Don't let me in with you, you evil bitch.
At no point was I ever told. My mom has not entered anything here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've not seen your
It's
mom.
pretty late though.
Yeah, but she's a bit of an insomniac,
Yeah.
and she might. Well, I mean, she knows better than to drink fucking matcha tea late at night.
Chai tea lattes. Fun
Yeah.
fact: my mom got really into chai lattes a handful of years ago.
Well, it was chai tea.
Chai tea, whatever. And she's like, "It's tea. I don't understand why I'm not sleeping." And I'm like, "Bro, it's fucking chai tea."
Well, it was great because they had just got the Keurig. And it was one of those things, oh, yeah, I have a nice cup of tea at night, but
Like
I've been
3
having
of
trouble
them.
sleeping.
Wired to the gills.
I don't know why I can't sleep at night. And I'm like, wait a minute, they're chai?
Because you had enough caffeine to drop a fucking horse. That's why. Anyway, back on some sort of track. I need to look this up a lot because that's very interesting. So, would your twin be like the polar opposite? I mean, twins aren't really totally like that, but
Normally not.
I need to look at this. And I want to know why that's a thing. Why do they think that? That we had twins?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I will say this. This is what does make it kind of strange and give some credence to this theory, at least in our family. We were under the impression that Wolfie almost had no chance not to be left-handed. You are left-handed because, you know, at least we always theorize that you were left-handed because both of your parents are left-handed. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am the odd duck in the bunch. Nobody except for my grandma Esri and actually Mama were left-handed in my family. Ever. And so we assumed that being as you're left-handed and I'm left-handed, Wolfie was going to automatically be left-handed.
One of
Like,
the great disappointments of my life.
so, and Wolfie's right-handed. And of course, you know, with, you know, the difficulties we had conceiving and whatnot, which, I mean, we had him completely, I'm not going to call my kid an accident live on air, but
He just showed up.
yeah, he was a surprise.
That's a nice way of putting that.
Okay. So, you know, we assumed he'd be left-handed because he watches us do everything left-handed. That being said, I've also always wondered if the only thing he's really see me do left-handed is right knee. If he comes out here to drum with me, I'm right-handed. If he comes out to play guitar with me, I'm right-handed.
You know what, though? Nobody really writes anymore. And what else? I mean, scissors are all right-handed. We don't buy left-handed scissors because that's stupid. I can't cut with my left hand to save my life because that's one of the things I do right-handed. But what would he really see us do that's left-handed?
Well, like I said, writing, and we have worked with him on writing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. So then he ate his left twin.
No,
I know he wouldn't.
no. The theory is that if you're left-handed, you ate your twin.
I know, but he was supposed to be left-handed.
Oh, okay.
God, I can't imagine 2 of me. That sounds awful. I can't imagine 2 of him either.
No, 2 of him would be a lot rougher than 2 of you.
Eh.
Though sometimes hanging out with Ellie, I feel like there's 2 of you. So, you know, and then Amanda occasionally comes around and is fucking
We're triplets. So anyway,
horrifying.
horrifying.
So,
Horrifying.
all right. Throw in another song?
Okay.
All right.
These death facts are gonna ruin my life.
Oh, and I got one more.
Oh, great.
All
Is it pointed at me?
All right, cool. Let's go with our local boys in Red Keep. This is Envy right here on the Lunch Hour, Pirate Flag Radio.
.com.
Fuck you, Mike Vanek.
Yeah! you take from experiencing constant attacks from the people with no dedication that keep running their mouth and have nothing to say. So won't you say something to my face? So one of you was free, have something to say. Give me your reason now. The mindset of our times is bringing down those doing more than us. If only we understood the damage that we are doing to ourselves. Let it be. For the man to rest, you gotta let it free and just be. But for me, I'm gonna keep on moving. Burn anyone that gets in the way of the ones that prey on weak. But for me, I'm gonna keep on moving. The mindset of our times is bringing down those doing more than us. If only we understood the damage that we are doing to ourselves. The mindset of our times is bringing down those doing more than us. If only we understood. Anyone that gets in the way of the ones that prey on weak. But for me, I'm gonna keep on moving.
The one and only Los Banos' own Red Keep with probably my favorite song off that album, Envy. Which is funny. Jen and I were dissecting that video. That was filmed in fucking downtown Los Banos. Like you can see the Chase fucking sign. You can see the drugstore. Like it's so cool to see what those guys are up to all the time. Go check them out. Red Keep Band on YouTube. Red Keep Band on Instagram and Red Keep Official on Facebook. Them's my boys, and I will scream their name forever. Their new song Obsidian's fucking awesome. I just can't say enough good stuff about Red Keep. It occurred to me that for some stupid reason we haven't had him on the podcast yet.
Stupid reason.
Some stupid reason. Hey, like we said, it's that point in the podcast where we're drunk and yelling at the camera.
Yeah, that's my job though. So step back.
Okay, first of all, I do podcasts so I can get drunk and yell at the camera. All right.
I just come out here and sit down.
I've noticed. We need to get a little more content from you.
What's the passenger princess version of this?
You.
I know, but what's the term?
Podcast princess.
There you go.
You're
There
the
it
podcast
is.
princess,
There
all right?
it is, right there.
Like, and if we ever actually have Ellie down, I'm gonna have fucking two of you.
We're not gonna do shit.
where y'all are just gonna sit there and argue and make googly eyes at each other from across the couch. I'm gonna be fucking running around doing production and shit. And y'all are just gonna fucking sit there and then expect me to carry the conversation.
Yeah.
So you know what? I would tell you I like this idea less, but I get to sit between the pair of you, so I'm with it.
Oh God, that's even worse. Okay, Madam J says, by the way, the theories behind the lefties cannibalizing twins is also related to theories about conjoined twins.
Twinning.
Twinning.
Just because I like the word. I like the word twinning. All right.
Okay. So that's even worse. And even weirder, I have a me and JBD have a whole like conjoined twin thing. we're fascinated at best by them. I'm not going to go into details because it's offensive.
It's coming from JBD, so it's offensive, but I can't wait to hear it. No, it's funny because everybody has that friend that you have to warn people about. And we have had JBD, I have had JBD for 30 plus years at this point. Or just short of 30 years. And we've been married 23, or we've been together 23. So you've had JBD for 22 and 3/4. Because I introduced you to him pretty quickly because he was one of the few people I had to get the stamp of approval on you.
But yeah, we have some really weird conversations during the day. And probably about at least 50%, probably higher than that, revolve around conjoined twins.
I was 100% unaware of this.
Surprise. All right, let's go to another death fact so I can be horrified at something else about myself.
Being as this is a death episode, I am going to save the death fact for the end.
The end. That's funny because I'm like, oh.
Well, speaking of that, in the last week, like I said, we had Jets Jupiter Flux, we had Gershok, and then the night after we had Gershok, you and I went and saw the Black Parade tour with My Chemical Romance.
Yes, we did.
And even, it was funny because I was talking to Joey about it today. And Joey's one of those guys, he's not overly social. But when him and I hit a topic we like, I've got to remind him that I'm still working and get away from him quickly.
Get away.
And he's going to work tomorrow. And he was like, yeah, he's like, I think it's going to be my last one till Aftershock. I told him, I was like, you know what, dude? I don't have any concerts on the docket. Maybe. There is one on the 9th that I was going to talk to you about today that we were supposed to go to.
Oh, is this Creed?
Yes. Yes.
Once
again, it goes down to the runner of our show tonight. Do we want to disappoint Ellie and not go to Creed? Even though the day before we're going to the boardwalk, but I told him, I was like, dude, I'm ready to settle down for a minute because I'm not going to see anything as good as we saw last week for a while.
No, but in October, I believe, we'll be Lorna Shore.
Yes. That's not going to match the Black Parade tour.
It's not, but
I'm not saying I don't want to go. I'm already considering planning vacation around that week. But the Black Parade tour, and I'll give my quick synopsis because this was your show. This is more important to you. You've literally been watching everybody else's videos of this for the last week.
Yes, it's my happy place.
We for one of the few times in our lives we got cheap seats, which weren't cheap.
They were not cheap at all, but they were the cheap seats.
We were up in the balcony, 2 rows from the back at Oracle Arena, which is, for those of you not California initiated, listening out there in Bristol, Virginia, and Johnsonville, Tennessee, that is where the San Francisco Giants play. And we were 2 rows from the back, and it was still a great view. Not only of the stage, but of the bay. We are out there on the water of the San Francisco Bay. And because I knew how important of a concert this was to you, I left you alone to sing, and I sang when I wanted to sing. And I 90% Black Parade is my preferred My Chemical Romance, but the whole show surrounding it, the theatrics behind it, the story they told with it was tremendous. But I just soaked in the surrealness of the moment that I was sitting up in the top of Giant Stadium. And when they played some of their softer songs, I was taking pictures of the phones lighting up the arena and seeing the whole San Francisco skyline lit up with the Bay Bridge in my peripheral vision. And I just thought that was the coolest thing, to be up where we were during this moment that mattered to so many, you included, and most important of all. And yet we're here for it, where we were for it, in one of the world's most beautiful cities. kind of above it, you know, and it was humbling to me. Like, it was just one of those, like, wow, this is the moment you live for kind of moments. Proceed.
Oh, okay. I didn't have anything planned for this moment, but it was fucking amazing. We've seen them 4 times.
That was number 4.
And we've always gotten shitty seats for some reason, but this was actually really cool because you did get to take in not only the scenery, but there was, you know, fire everywhere and stuff. They really did light everything on fire. So you got to kind of see that uninhibited and without the burning heat of being close to fire, which is always
still
nice.
feel it.
You could still feel it, but it wasn't that bad.
Only when they did the above the stage pyro could you feel it. Like, the on-stage pyro, I didn't feel that concussion heat blast. But when they did the pyro that was on top of the stage, like, it got a lot warmer real fucking fast, which was nice because that Bay Breeze was cold.
I wasn't cold. I wore my jacket and I was like, no, we're good. I'm gonna sweat. And that was the longest set they've ever done. So they come out as the Black Parade. They play the whole Black Parade, the whole album.
With skits in between.
Yes. Well, we'll go back to that, I guess. And then they go off stage for a few minutes and then some of the shit happens. And then they come back and actually come back as My Chemical Romance and play like 10 fucking songs after that. It's just a random smattering of songs from anything that's not the Black Parade, like anything, which is fabulous because the Black Parade is not my favorite album. I will stand there and sing along to every fucking word, but you know, it's not my favorite. And it was really cool. And as the internet will tell you, we got Bullet with butterfly wings because this dude thinks the world is a vampire.
Look at this idiot. If you think the world's fucked like this guy's dumb enough that he thinks the world's a vampire.
And I will never not think of that when I hear that song. But it was so cool. Like, I don't like crying. If you want to cry, that's totally fine. Crying is stupid to me. It does nothing good for me. It just makes my makeup run when I wear it. I cried like a child through like a third of that set. I was so fucking happy. Like, the smile did not leave my face for hours. And I don't do great on my feet for very long, but it was like a 2.5 hour long set.
And you did not sit down.
I could have stood for another 3 sets. Like,
well, you sat down during the break.
Yes, because, you know, you gotta take a breather at some point.
Now, what was also cool about it, like, that you didn't mention in the Switch set, was the fact that, you know, the stage itself was the big traditional stage. And I remember commenting and being like, that's what we get.
It's very sparse.
Right. It was very sparse. It was, and then as the set went on and the skits got bigger and the story got told, the stage became more elaborate bit by bit by bit by bit. Up to the end when it was basically they were in this giant, you know, the giant computer room that you see in like so many action movies where they overthrow the government because it was this whole dictator living in a starving nation kind of thing. That it was a great story. It really was. And in the end, they were the resistance.
La resistance.
You know, and you know, Gerard Way dies like stabbed by a clown.
That happens sometimes.
And you know, it and then after that, there was a stage that was in the middle of everything where they were having different characters come out bit by bit. They did the execution of the people that defied our most wonderful, handsome dictator.
We voted to have them executed.
No, we voted to not have them executed.
No, we voted to have them executed.
No, because remember, we said no, and he said, okay, I guess they get to live. And then the red phone rang, and we shot him anyway.
Well, yeah. But, you know, I voted to have them executed.
So did I.
So
Because, I mean, I knew it was going to happen. So
we executed people. There was an opera singer who sang the national anthem for Drag. And it's a whole thing.
and then the most famous part for Mama, as he put it. And then on that middle stage, when they came back as My Chemical Romance, they went into that little middle stage, which was, you know, like the old school Metallica circular stage. And it was cool because you almost could believe, if you didn't know any better, that this was a different band. You know,
Yeah, the uniforms were gone.
right? They were a little fucking punk rock emo band from New Jersey again.
I read in must have been in, not an article, it was somebody posting or commenting or something. It was like, why he looks like shit. They were talking about Gerard. He looks terrible. He looks sick. And I'm like, first of all, he's got fucking makeup on, so fuck off. And then someone was like, yeah, but if you were there, like, he did a lot for someone who's almost 50. And I was like, ow, it hurts. Why would you put it that way? But it's true. It's true.
They threw down at any age. At any age, that was they gave a hell of a show. Like, and after everything you told me about what happened with Frankie and you know how big he got, for the fact that he was still able to shred as long as he was, Toro being the old man, he was fucking awesome.
No one was happier to be in that stadium than Toro.
And Mikey didn't age at all.
No, Mikey's a fucking vampire.
Mikey is definitely a vampire.
Which checks out, I suppose.
The drummer they got, whoever that guy is, they finally got somebody that could stack up to Bob.
It's Frankie's drummer in his other bands. But
So
anyway.
he was good. He was really good. We all know I was a huge fan of Bob as a drummer. Like
As a
that
drummer.
that was what kind of sold me on My Chemical Romance was, you know, the drummer for Bullets, not good. Whatever sucker they got for Danger Days sucked. Straight up sucked. I swear they used a fucking machine for that.
They had a human.
It was he sucks.
You suck.
Like the drummer for Danger Days was not good, and I only say that because that was coming off of Bob, who was so good, so good.
Poor Bob.
So, but anyway, you know, if you're somewhere where that tour is coming around again, go.
Yeah, you should go. And, you know, if you can't go and you have tickets, let me know. I'll go to wherever the fuck you are and I'll go again. And I'll cry a fucking again. I will scream along with the words with tears running down my face
We had
like
also,
an idiot.
We had also bought our son a ticket, and a couple weeks prior, I mentioned to Jen, I was like, hey, he didn't even make it through his own favorite band. You think he's going to make it through yours? And I let her know. I was cool with that. Like, I was cool. I had the moments I wanted to have with him for AC/DC. Are you going to be cool if we have to walk out in the...
You don't walk out during Helena.
Well, they didn't even close with Helena.
It's the second to last song.
That's my only complaint about the whole set. That, like, once they played Helena, that should have been it.
But they ended with the kids again from yesterday. So
That was cool and all, and it was fun. But, dude, no, your final words are so long and good night.
and you're like, let's go. And I'm like, you saw the stage.
Yeah, Jen yelled at me.
They like shrieked it at you.
All right. We still got everybody's favorite feature real quick.
Okay.
So anyway, hopefully the rumors are true when we get that last My Chemical Romance album. Or that new My Chemical Romance album.
I think that's what they're building towards.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we all know the internet is a terrible place. And there are a lot of terrible people. And some people are out there searching for love or a hookup or whatever.
They were gonna say.
And you see a pretty girl's picture. And you might like it. You might heart react it. You can even give it a care react. And when you decide you're going to go ahead and flirt with her, if you have nothing creative, nice, or gentlemanly to say, then for fuck's sake, man, stay out of that girl's DMs.
I had beer in my mouth.
I know. That's right. It's everybody's favorite feature, stay out of that girl's DMs, where we take internet creeps and expose them for the creeps they are. I got some goodies tonight.
Okay.
Like some goodies. I got them all last minute.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the softball. Let's start with the softball here. All right. I'll go first. So, what color theme wedding should we have? This is from Bizarre Leo.
It's bizarre, my dude. So, no. No. But very kind of you to ask.
The one where you're not in it, bro.
Yeah, that's my favorite color. It's the one where we're not doing this. But innovative, considering what we've seen on this particular show.
Ooh, they're coming.
I'm so excited and terrified at the same
They're
time.
coming. Becky Green, who's in the chat, locked and loaded us.
Fabulous.
Like I've got next week almost ready to go. Like,
oh my god.
like if I don't feel too bad, I might show prep next week. I asked her if she had any because she's recently gotten to posting a little more risque content again. And them creeps came out the fucking woodwork.
Of course they do.
And you know me.
Of course
You
they
know me.
do.
Chick posts a half topless picture. I'm gonna say something, but I'm gonna say it publicly. And I'll even allude to it here in a minute because it was fun. I got caught up. You almost got caught up in this one.
I'm confused.
So I'll tell you. But yeah, Bizarre Leo, stay over there.
Stay in your lane, in your own. I don't know.
All right.
Words. Oh my god, so much words. I have to move forward because I can't see. There's something up there. That's true. Sometimes off and on, but often. There you go. I love it. I want to see more, like without the straps. You screenshot that quick, lol. I'm not wearing it right now. You made my dick hard. Wow. And then he responded to the I'm not wearing it right now by saying, even better. That's not what you meant.
That left turn right there. Like they're having a nice back and forth conversation, whatever. You make my dick hard.
Here we go. Right over that way. He took the fucking off ramp at a high rate of speed.
High rate. He flipped that bitch. Like, I'm just going to say, as a man who loves women, y'all are the greatest thing on the face of the planet. Keep it up. Lots of things make my dick hard. I don't feel the need to tell you all about it. And this guy should follow suit.
You know, if you were to date this guy, he would tell you every time that happened. You'd be like, dude, I had a piece of cake today that was so good it made my dick hard. Don't tell me that. Where's the cake? What the fuck? Like this guy would tell you every time. And I was like, I looked at a picture of you, my dick. That's normal. Okay. But like this guy would tell you every time his dick got hard.
Well, I mean, I used to tell you every time my dick got hard, like.
Was cake involved?
Sometimes.
Did I get any of the cake?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Why would I ever deprive you of a sweet treat? Come on, let's be real.
That's a punching. That's a paddling.
That's a paddling. All right. Moving on. Another conversational one. And I'm not high. Indeed, I feel like all the fun women disappear. Maybe they aren't into me anymore. Oh, shit.
Yeah, probably.
We go with this sad sack shit. All right. Well, I can't speak on that because I don't know what you do in real life. LOL. Everything upside down smiley faces. LOL. I meant regarding fun women disappear. You live where? Stockton? Just work, hang with my son, and spend time at the coffee shop. Sounds like a perfectly simple life. Routine is boring, but it's nice when life isn't throwing huge curveballs. It's pretty mellow. I just need a nasty lady to eat my ass sometimes. I like curveballs. That was a curveball I didn't anticipate.
That is in real time. That makes me happy.
Oh, is this just back and forth? Yeah, that is real time.
So, again, these people need to get in the lane ahead of time instead of just careening across 3 lanes of traffic at 70 miles an hour to take that off ramp. Stop it.
Well, I mean, it's not even like, like rub my back, maybe kiss my cheek. Like, you didn't even ramp up. You're just like, yep, I like it when a woman eats my ass.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's cool, but like, I kind of don't feel like that's not where the conversation is going.
I feel like if that's the sort of thing you're into, like, I know it's become a more common thing. It's more prevalent. I feel like that's the sort of conversation you have in person. Maybe when you start parlaying's not the right word. I mean, I guess it could be, But I mean, when you start talking about like, so like, hey, maybe we're going to take this relationship a little further, maybe a little physicality, like,
Likes, dislikes.
yeah, like, hey, like if we were to go home and remove some clothing and do some stuff, touch each other, like, what are you into? And, you know, that might be the moment you'd be like, you know, like, I'm into the butt play. Like, you know, like, and then you even let that build up. Like, hey, what, like, you want the finger? You like a little bit, you know, like,
Yeah,
like,
just straight up eat my ass.
like, hey, like, I like it. Like, I hang out with my son. I go to the coffee shop and I go to work. And yeah, I like it when we eat my ass.
I'm sorry. Let's back up a little bit there. One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah.
babe.
Yeah.
Good for you for knowing what you like, I guess. I like coffee too.
Instagram hit today, by the way. These are all instas.
The gram.
Some guy replying to a story here.
Okay. I would eat you out all the time if I could. I bet you just taste yummy. It's neither here nor there. Like, you just say hello. Hello is good. Hi.
Yeah, this is the first contact.
Hi.
Like,
Hello.
like I don't see any like, hey, I replied to your story before, like story no longer available. Like, hey, I would eat you out all the time.
All the time. I have a job to go to and like things to do that don't include hanging out with you. I don't know what that.
Yeah, I
I
couldn't.
was trying to read that, but it's just way too small. Kiss my eyes.
Well, and I mean, and this is from a rando, because like it's
They're
the
all
accept, block, delete, you know, out there. Like, so this is literally dude's first thing. Hey, I'd eat you out. All right, bro. Like, I get it. Women are happy that dudes are willing to, you know, take a trip down south. I'm a proponent. I might be a participant.
But
Well,
hello.
Right. Like, hey, my name is, I mean, all she knows is this dude's name, Deadhead 1988.
What's wrong with people? What is wrong with your people?
These are not my people. All right. All right. Now this is the one where, like I said, you almost got caught up. So this is a picture of one of our lovely friends, and I'm not even going to say who it is because of the fact that, you know, I'm not trying to get more creeps over there, even if it just helps with content.
Benefits.
Like
That's
it's
terrible.
it's an edited titty pic. Like,
Okay.
you know, we got a boob hanging out of a sundress.
It's
yeah.
sundress season.
You know, tis the season. Tis the season. You know, and first thing out of his mouth, you know, he gives the wow react, which is acceptable. That's acceptable, I think.
Okay.
Okay. And then where is the non-spicy version? I think he meant the more spicy
Okay.
version.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he's Amish or something. I don't fucking know.
So, and our poster's like, LOL, not for consumption, haha. Spread the love, united against war.
What?
Well, I mean, like that one post says, dude, sure. War good, boobs good, war bad.
I mean, yeah, but the non-spicy version.
I know that's not what they meant. They meant the opposite. All right.
Show me
Same picture.
your
Same picture.
Okay. So, what would it take to see the uncensored version? No. I mean, it's censored for a reason.
So this is the one I was saying you almost got caught up on.
Okay.
Because like this person, and I'm sure you can guess who that is by the tattoos and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Like publicly, because once again, I only say things publicly. Because the last thing I want is for anybody to get the wrong idea. I said, now the moment we've all been waiting for, meaning this. And said person was like, does Jen feel the same way?
What do you mean? Do I feel the same way about
Like, is this the moment we've all been waiting for? Because that's what I meant.
Okay.
My immediate response, well, you'd have to ask her.
I don't know. I'm not gonna ask her.
Like you'd have to ask
I'm not
her.
gonna put words in her mouth.
And this person was supposed to actually DM you about it.
oh, well.
So, because I'm just like, it's another one of those moments where it's like, dude, like,
I want to see the response to that. Like half of a screenshot. What was the response?
yeah, I would say it looks like Sylvester Stallone. And it's
Maybe.
not the don't
Uh.
ask me to stop being a man, because he's got the hat on in that one.
I mean,
it's a nice picture.
it's posted. This is free will. So you post what you want people to see, and that's it. And if there's stuff you don't want people to see, then you don't post it. And that person doesn't see it, and that's the end of it. I don't mean that the way that came out, but like,
No, I get what you're trying
if
to say.
I wanted this dude to see it, I would have posted it, type of shit, you know.
Right, but that's 2 in a row. 2 in a row immediately. Just being like, so where's the, can I get the one without the censor bar? Like,
No.
can I get the one with the parental advisory sticker? The non-Walmart version.
That
as
would
it
be
were.
funny to get like a parental advisory sticker, like print it out and just like. That would be funny.
Oh, don't give me ideas.
It would just be kind of funny.
It's happening.
It would make me laugh.
I meant for you, but
No.
worth try. All right. So now, as usual, I like to end with a run.
Oh God. Okay.
And it's the same person.
I've lost track of whose turn it is.
I think you read that one.
I don't know anymore.
All right. So, well, and I believe that this is in regards to the same picture.
So this is like the continuation.
This is a different person. This is a different responder, but it's to the same picture. I don't know what you want me to say. You either want to buy it or want to trade, which sort of makes me a commodity, object, and not a person. Give me $500. I mean, if it's free, then there's no commodity. So we're entering negotiations. By the way, I'm sorry I didn't intend to make you feel like a commodity or object. You're just such a hottie that I couldn't help making my make my horniness ask. What?
My male horniness to ask. Okay.
And damn, 500 sounds a bit steep for a photo. 500 sounds less steep than my self-respect, self-worth, and body in and of itself. Can't see my worth, then I guess one of us has to. And then he's like, oh, you are so right. I love that you know your worth on this. And then continuing on, I kind of feel like a piece of shit. Like I need to give you 500 just for asking and making you feel like an object. You know what? Get your 500. Definitely didn't mean it that way. I'll settle out of court for 50%. I'm not taking you to court. Laugh, react. Now I'm really not sure if you were being serious about all this. I'm caught in a catch-22. I either, 1, pay you for that photo because I'm a total simp and you are reduced to a commodity, or don't pay you for the photo and then I'm just reinforcing that the photo isn't worth $500. You're kind of good at negotiating. I don't think this is a negotiation here, brother man. I'll accept this deal with one condition. I do get the uncensored picture. Bro, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause. To the ladies out there getting that money for them nudes, getting that money for that content, whatever. Make that money. If there's a market, sell it. That being said, clearly that was not the intent of this picture. This person is just now at a point in their life where they are happy to be a little freer with themselves publicly. Not to the point of getting banned or selling content or any of that stuff. But bro, you're not a simp. You're just a loser.
Maybe I have not looked at the rest of this message right now, but maybe he's, more financially stable.
I'm just saying, man, we're okay. We're comfortable. we're comfortable in life. If I got to the point to where I was going to give up a half a G-ball for a picture of a titty, not even a pair, a titty, where have I gone wrong in my life? How am I so uncharming that I'm out there offering $500 for a titty? I mean, I know there's no such thing as a free titty.
Is there?
But you're not getting the uncensored picture for 500. What makes you think I'd send it for 100? Oh, what? Your Venmo or however you like to get money. So this person negotiated down. Because why not? Because I'm not an object to be purchased. You're right. Good thing I'm not purchasing you. That would be slavery or prostitution. I think your disrespect has crossed into territory you don't want to cross. I'm not for sale. I'm so sorry. I'll check out now. I get it. Probably a good idea.
Yeah. So this actually makes me really happy because with one response, this guy was reduced to actually thinking with the brain up here and almost did it. Almost sent you a whole bunch of money, which is great. But then he thought about it. Use your fucking brain. The one in your head.
I skipped one in there somewhere.
Oh God, there's more?
There was one where the price came down, where the hundo came in and whatnot. And she even just commented and was like, you skipped one, methinks. And I'm like, you know what? Even with me missing one, what a fucking ride.
Yeah, this was quite a roller coaster. Maybe this man will think twice. You may have actually fixed this guy. Perhaps. I hope. Wow.
I hope this guy finds Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, or whatever the fuck else he's looking for. Or a woman that will sell him titty pictures for a decent rate. Like,
he actually had to use his brain. And he thought about it and realized it was a terrible thing to say.
I don't think he did.
Well, okay.
I don't think he
at least
did.
Pretended. Oh God, you should have done it.
Oh, I went on Project Nipplegate and was going to Photoshop a nipple and send it to him. You should have just called me.
And sell it to him.
You should have just called me. I'd have sent a nipple.
Dupe the man.
Like I'd shave my nipples and everything to help you with that and get you paid, and then have this guy like rub one out to my nipple and then be like, homeboy, guess what? Like, I'm going to teach you something about yourself now.
Bitch. Guess what? That makes me happy. Someone fought back.
A lot of hers are so eloquently, like, she doesn't just ignore her. She hits them back.
Good.
And sometimes it is so eloquently and intelligently worded that these drooling motherfuckers don't even know what hit them. They got nothing.
That's fabulous. That's fucking fabulous. God, men are so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Why are you guys like this?
I'm not like this. I'm not like, we've been over this. Like, I have had friends legitimate or like at least acquaintances. I've never really had, I've only had one girl that I would call a friend hit me up and be like, hey, you want to buy some content? I need some money. And the answer is always the same. I respect the hustle. Sex work is real work. Because, you know, as the penultimate salesman, I believe if there's a market, sell the product. You know, first and foremost. But I've also made it very clear. Yes, I'm the boob guy. Yes, I want to see him. And yeah, I'm gonna probably immediately send him to my wife too, because, you know, it's one of those like, I ain't trying to hide nothing type thing. Plus, she wants to see him too.
I want to see him too, damn it.
I have enough self-esteem issues to where paying a hooker is not right for me. Like, to think that I have to pay for it. Now, to think that I would have to pay to see it, like if I went to a strip club, that's what it is. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's why you walk through the door.
Yeah, you know that's part of the deal. Just see some chick online and be like, "I'll give you $500 for a titty." Where have I gone wrong in my life? Thank you, Becky. Like, it's it's one of those things where, like I said, it's I'm gonna make that comment, and because everybody knows that I am faithful, I love my wife. Like,
Like
I
the
just
guy from Letterkenny.
I love my
I love
fucking
my
wife.
fucking wife.
Like, I just like boobs. Like I am my father's son, boobs.
You're a guy.
Beyond that, though, because like I, you knew very quickly in the relationship, I'm breast obsessed. Like, and I'm like, yeah, I want to see them. Like, but it's like that's where it begins and ends. Like nothing more, nothing less. But am I gonna pay you for it? No. If somebody else is, get down. Get that motherfucker's money.
Yeah, take his money. Take it and run.
Miss you too, Miguel. Hey, man, as two entrepreneurs, we need to sit down. It's time for you and me to host a show together again, brother.
It's time.
I do worship my wife. It's kind of sad sometimes.
It is.
Shut up.
It's been a very long week. It's nice to cackle again.
It has been a pretty long week, and I'm glad we got to end it tonight. I'm glad you got to spend your time at the boardwalk. Death Fact and one more song out. All right, man. We ran long. Like I said, I guess we're almost a 2-hour show now.
My brain is tired. My body is tired. My tired is tired.
So, all right. One more Death Fact from the Mr. of the Macabre who finally fucking showed up. Bitch, I see you out there. Shaking that ass.
Oh, God. It's going to be something else that's going to make me have an
Fun fact.
existential crisis.
Statistically, every day you have a 1 in 45,000 chance of dying today. Sweet dreams.
Thanks. I hate it.
What better way to call a good night with that fact and a sweet dreams from our Elvira? And you know what the scariest part is about all that? She's just driving home from work, just spouting these off back to back to back. This is not one of those, let me go into my death book. Like,
I got to think about that.
like, give me a
I
second.
don't have
No.
to think about it at all. You're going to fucking die if you're that 1 in 45,000 today. Terrifying.
So anyway, you can catch the lunch hour every Friday night live on Facebook and YouTube. Go check out the Lunch Hour Show on Facebook. Give us a like. Go check out the Lunch Hour show the Lunch Hour Show on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, man. Get us to 1,000 followers so I can get the name changed to the Lunch Hour Show, and you don't have to go through some fucking wacky link anymore. Check out pirateflagradio.com for all the shows I've mentioned. Probably be doing a Making the Call tomorrow night because, hey, for once, we don't have shit to do tomorrow. So, hey, if you're in our neck of the woods, you want to hang out, come on by. You might get fed. You got anything?
I got to pee really bad. That's all I got.
So
That's what I got.
for my beautiful co-host and cohort, good night. To our boy Lance over here, the Grim Reaper himself, thank you for joining us. And we'll be back next week. Love y'all. Thank you very much for the DMs, for the death facts. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull from whatever I got over here.
I'm going to go cry about the death fact.
New Harlot Exile, The Jester and the Fool, official music video. Pirate Flag Radio, Lunch Hour. Thank you guys. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.